Hi everybody. The purpose of this video demonstration is to show you how I complete the German short row heel technique on some of my patterns. So I'm going to begin by the first to prep for the heel. The patterns either state knit 32 or 36 stitches and turn, so I'm just going to complete that now. This is the 36th stitch. I'm going to turn my work. And then to begin, I hope you can see this, I'm going to slip the first stitch purlwise and then tug the yarn over to create a little double looking stitch there. Then I wrap the yarn around there and purl back to the end of the either 32 or 36 stitch half row for the heel. I've purled back to the end of the first row, and to complete this first row all I do is I purl to the very end and turn my work. So now for the knit side, keep your yarn in front, slip the stitch purlwise and pull the stitch over and knit until the last wrapped stitch when you started the first purl row. Each row we will be decreasing by wrapping 1 stitch per row at the beginning of the row. I've knitted right through to the end, and as you can see there's the double stitch there, and I'm just going to knit to that one there and then turn my work. So slip again, lift and wrap the yarn so that you can purl back to the last slip stitch. And you're going to continue doing this until there are 11 wrapped stitches on a 36 stitch short row and 14 unknitted stitches. If you're knitting a 64 stitch pattern, the wrapped stitches will be 10 and the unwrapped stitches number will be 12. To show you one more time, yarn forward, slip purlwise, tug over and knit. I'll carry on now and then show you once we're nearly ready to start the increased short rows again. Okay, I've carried on decreasing the short rows and wrapping at the end of each purl and knit row, and I'm now about to begin the increase short rows. So I'm at the 14th stitch now. I'm just going to knit that and do my work. So what I'm going to do now is start slipping this one here. The first one's always slipped, and I'm going to purl back to the first double wrapped slipped stitch, and then I'm just going to purl them together. Once I've purled them together, I then turn my work and I knit back and forwards, knitting each double stitch and turning my work. purling on a purl row, knitting on a knit row. And that's it. It's really easy, it's quick, and it's kind of sped up the heel process for me in my sock knitting. Once we're at the very end, I'll show you another little technique, because sometimes with short row heels you can get a little hole at the top of it, and there's a wee technique that I've learned along the way that helps stop this. So knit that together, turn, slip, purl back. So I've continued knitting and creasing, and this is what my heel looks like. And oops, just going to pick up the stitch. I'm going to purl the last wrapped stitch together, and then I'm going to turn my work again. I'm going to start knitting in the round again. So when I get to the end of this, as I've knitted all the wrapped stitches, I'm going to remember to slip that one, knit right across, and then once we get to the end, I'm going to pick up a already knitted stitch on the heel side, and I'm going to knit it together with the first stitch of the gusset side, so that it stops a little hole from forming from where we've knitted the heel. I learnt this technique a few pairs of socks ago, and I haven't really stopped doing it since then, and at the end of the sock production, I guess, you find a better finish. I also keep my stitch markers in place. That's basically just such a visual reminder of where I'm at, and also I find that it's not necessary to find where the stitches are for the toes. So right, so for this next stitch, I'm going to pick this one up here and put that on my needles. I'm going to slip the stitch marker. I might just take it off for this time. Put that there together, slip them back onto the needle, and then knit them both together like that. And it just stops that little hole. And then when I knit across the foot and get to the other stitch marker, I do the same there too. And then that is your heel completed. Did it across the foot now, and I'm going to fix up the potential hole here by, oops, slip that back on there, picking that stitch up there and knitting it with this one here. There we go. I hope this demonstration has been helpful, and happy sock knitting. You can find me on Instagram under Raewyn, or my patterns are in Ravelry under my name, Raewyn Read Eden. Thanks for watching. Ka kite anō.